In the words of 2 Chainz, I'll be fresh as hell if the Fed's watching, and right now the Feds is watching the video. Now who'd have thought that they stock would have went up by 450% over the past year and a half? And those polices, you can't mess with the police. You really can't. So we're going to talk about how that's affected their stock, and it's still Nvidia, one of the best stocks to buy for the rest of the year in 2025 and going forward. I don't know. Nvidia gonna get themselves in some trouble. We know, worst case, they're gonna pay a fine and make it back the next week. Write a check and get it right back. But anyways, we're gonna talk about that and talk about how we could take advantage of the Feds digging into Nvidia. Before we get started, as always though, like, subscribe, share our channel as we continue to grow. You know, we give out information on these YouTube streets. That's what I do. I give out information. But in real life, I am a certified financial planner, managed over $250 million in assets. So we definitely help clients along the way over my 15 years. But we're going to talk about Nvidia and how we could take advantage of the Feds kicking down doors, waving the fofo. Lego. I like that music though.
Nvidia's antitrust pressure is escalating. According to Bloomberg, the AI heavyweight has received several subpoenas from the Department of Justice as part of an ongoing investigation into Nvidia's dominance in the AI space. With us to discuss, we've got Bill Baer, who is the former Assistant Attorney General of the DOJ's Antitrust Division and current visiting fellow at the Brookings Institute.
Now think about this. We are in a capitalistic society. We want to make the money. More money, more money, more money. But for whatever reason, if you make too much money, the polices, the feds, they come sniffing around. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, right? We need regulation. We need to make sure that people aren't doing the wrong thing. But we're a capitalistic society. How you going to stop us running up the bag when you want us to run up the bag, right? I mean, Nvidia has helped so many companies in America.
Great to have you here with us today. So from what you've read through here on Nvidia and the subpoena that's come forward, does it have weight? Does it carry weight into what the allegations are and how Nvidia has essentially kind of entrenched itself or given itself a moat in an ever-changing AI landscape that really derives from some of the chips at the
Get to the question, man. Get to the question.
bottom end where Nvidia deals and dabbles?
Well, thanks for having me back. It's good to be with the two of you again. We don't know a lot about what the Justice Department is doing here. We understand there have been subpoenas that have come out. We understand there's some concern that Nvidia may be trying to force purchasers of its processors, AI processor chips, to be exclusive, let Nvidia be its exclusive supplier. And
yes, Nvidia has a monopoly. They don't call it that, have a monopoly. Not only do they architect or create the chips from an architectural standpoint, they actually make the chips, then they sell the chips, right? So we think about computers, we think about all the AI powered services out there that kind of boost AI. All that's done through Nvidia. So they basically make the design and then they make it and then they sell it. Well, of course they're gonna run it up, which they have. So what the feds are alleging is that, hey, you guys, when you guys actually create the chips, you are making people sign exclusive deals not to buy the chips from somewhere else, which is kind of weird because if they're gonna make you, of course, create the chips, then why won't you also buy the chips from you? But whatever though, that's the police.
And charging higher prices for those customers who are sourcing chips from multiple companies.
So if you buy from somewhere else, we're gonna charge you more. Who doesn't do that though? What company out there says, you know what? If you use us, you're gonna pay less. Use somebody else and come back to us, you're not gonna sell no more. All companies do that.
That could be an antitrust problem. But it's really important to note the subpoena is an early stage event in an antitrust inquiry. There's going to be a lot of time for the government and Nvidia to negotiate what's going to be complied, both in terms of documents and data. a lot of time for the Justice Department to analyze it. And then if they want to keep going, they're going to subpoena deposition testimony from company officials, from competitors.
Blah, 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 blah. We all know what's going to happen. They're going to come in. They're going to try to find something that's wrongdoing. They'll find something because all companies, no companies are above board, right? Companies do things, it falls in the cracks, and they're going to be fined. They're going to get slapped on the wrist to them, right? It might be a $15, $20 million fine when they make almost $1 billion a day. And then they're going to say, hey, we cracked down on big business. We cracked down on the biggest chip maker in the world to protect you, the taxpayers. They're going to do that. Does it really matter? No, Nvidia's going to keep on going along. And Nvidia's going to say to the shareholders, we made some changes to make sure that this does not happen again. So they look good because they paid a fine that literally they get back in 15 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. In the words of 2 Chainz, Nvidia, they will be fresh as hell when the Fed's watching. But let's talk about their stock and how this blip in the radar might help them and you as an investor long term. Oh, Nvidia. Now, since 2023, Jiminy Christmas, right? Nvidia was up as high as 450%. Now they're only up by 305, only up by 125% per year. That's it. Just, I just more than double my money. It's once a year. That's it. But people are getting squirmish about Nvidia, right? And we understand why, right? Last month it was down by 7%. This month down by 11%. In 2 days, down by 11% because of what's going on. So we can see from the tippy top that happened mid-June, it went down as much as 36%. But right now, it's down by almost 25%, right? My profiteers, that's what we call a bear market from a stock standpoint. Anytime we're down by more than 20%, then that's bear. And as we can see, we have the classic case of, the classic case of a lower highs, right? Here, went down, bounced up. We have steps, and we're going down those steps, right? So if this hits here, right? On the flip side, you have higher highs, right? Step, 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 higher highs, and now we have lower highs. So if this goes down to here and creeps back up by the end of the year, Nvidia might be in some trouble. But my profiteers, I believe, now Nvidia is going to rebound. Just getting back to where it was, from here to where it was in June, that is a 31% gain, right? Down 25%, gets back to where it was, up 31%. Not bad. If it's by the end of the year, let's just say if it takes 6 months, well now really 4 months, 4.5 months, who's going to complain about being up by 31%? And from a safety standpoint, right, Nvidia is a quote-unquote, no stock is safe, but a safer investment play compared to some of these small cap stocks that I love, but small cap stocks or mid cap stocks, or even large cap stocks. Nvidia does have a monopoly. So it's going to be some negative news over the next few months about Nvidia, and Nvidia may go down a little bit more. Heck, August and September are the 2 worst months of the stock market. So don't be surprised if Nvidia goes down more. Some people think it's going to go down from a technical standpoint to $96 a share. Oh, man. Stop, man. So if you go to $96 a share, look at this, my profiteers. Look at this. That's another 10%, right? But if it does recover, let's say it does happen. It goes down to 10%. The death of Nvidia, right? From there, get back to it was almost a 50% gain. So as investors, long-term investors, you want it to go down. We dollar cost average, right? Put some in now, put some a week in, and then another week, and then the end of the month. And if it does go down, put some more in because we know as it goes back up, that lowers our cost basis, which means we get paid, young brother, get paid. Rest in peace, young Dolph. Anyways, though, yes, the feds are knocking on Nvidia's door. Jensen's like, what y'all gonna do about it? We know what they're gonna do about it. Slap on the wrist, small fine, Justice Department says we did something right. Nvidia, we're protecting our shareholders. We learned our lesson. And us as stockholders buying it at a low price, we get to the bag. Well, there we go, my profiteers. Great information. Nvidia down like crazy. It's technically right now in a bear trend because it's down by more than 20%. My humble opinion, it's going to bounce back. When that's going to be, again, October, I might start bouncing because September is statistically the worst month of the year. So we might have some more downside pressure. But over time, I think Nvidia, good investment. A great investment, actually. But comment below. We in Nvidia. We think the rise in Nvidia is gone. Do you think it's going to continue to grow? As always, love is love. Let's make some paper profits together, y'all. Peace.
And you just want to get paid. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late. Yeah, pay for profits to help you seek change. And you just want to get paid. Yeah, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late. Pay for profits to help you seek change. Yeah, cut the show and just listen. You want to feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Bitch at the check, you know, and it could be different. You know.